All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came.
Nigeria has been hit with over 3,000 of its citizens set for deportation in the U.S. The United Nations is ramping up its immigration enforcement, and with over 7 million people on the U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement deportation list, the administration initiated large-scale operations targeting undocumented immigrants, particularly those with criminal records. These deportations have sparked widespread controversy, with human rights groups and foreign governments raising concerns about due process, mistreatment, and the economic and social impact on affected countries. One of the most affected nations in Africa is Nigeria, which ranks the second in the number of citizens set for deportation. A total of 3,690 Nigerians are now on ICE's non-detained dockets, meaning they have final removal orders but are not currently held in the U.S. custody. Deportation flights have already begun, with some migrants being transported on U.S. military aircrafts. While the U.S. government insists that these actions are necessary to uphold immigration laws, critics argue that the policy lacks fairness and human consideration. Nigeria is not alone in this. Somalia tops the list in Africa with 4,090 deportees, while Ghana follows Nigeria in third place. However, on a global scale, the numbers are far higher. Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador each have over 200,000 nationals listed for deportation. The Nigerian government now faces the challenge of reintegrating thousands of returnees into an already struggling economy.
I'm sure you have heard that over 3,600 Nigerians are coming home from US based on deportation matter now. Well, I heard Trump saying in one of his speech that they should go and fix their country, that they should go and fix their continent, that America is not the only country in the world. I heard him saying that, and personally, I think I subscribe to that. But mind you, that this deportation is not only for blacks. Yes, just a couple of days ago, he deported over 180 Colombians. That one had issue. As the plane was coming, the Colombian president had it and ordered the airport at least not to allow the plane to land. And the plane did not land. The plane went back to US.
NBC News has also learned this morning that the country of Colombia has recently turned away 2 deportation flights from the United States. Each of those flights held about 80 people, all Colombian migrants, according to a defense official. The aircraft, which were American military C-17s, were initially cleared to land in Colombia, but the president, Gustavo Petro, revoked diplomatic clearances for all U.S. flights, meaning no military or ICE flights will now be allowed to land. On Thursday, Mexico also denied access to American aircraft to land with migrants. On Friday, Guatemala allowed 3 American aircraft carrying migrants to land.
As President Trump heard the news, he said, what? Immediately he sanctioned Colombia. And the following morning, the Colombian president sent his private jet to go and pick his people in US.
More than 200 deportees arrived today in the capital city of Bogota, where Colombia's president welcomed them, saying they're now free and in a country that loves them. It makes you wonder why he initially rejected U.S.-flown deportation flights just 2 days ago and only agreed to accept them after President Trump threatened a trade war. Listen to this. Border agents are reporting shockingly low numbers of illegal crossing, guys, a nearly 95% drop from the height of the border crisis under Biden to the first days of Trump's presidency after just 1 week. Not everyone is happy about this illegal immigration crackdown. The View is calling it, of course, racist.
I am disappointed, disgusted.
Yeah, and where were those tears when these guys were denouncing sanctuary cities and removing illegal border crossers?
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up.
So the deportation is not actually only for blacks. Everywhere. Even he has deported so many Brazilians home, and it is happening to every country and every nation. So my question now is, do you think that this is a good thing? Is Trump doing the right thing by deporting people home, deporting people to their homeland, let them go and fix their country? Do you think it's a good thing? I don't really know. Anyways, let me allow you to watch this analysis and see what is happening. I tell you, subscribe to this channel because I get you information. Information yakpa, that is yakpa grand. I bring that to you one after the other. All right. So please just watch this.
I'm John Modlin, Chief of the U.S. Border Patrol's Tucson sector. This morning, I'm at the Tucson International Airport. Behind me, you can see recently processed migrants boarding an international flight back to their country of origin. I would remind anyone thinking about crossing the border illegally between the ports of entry that under Title VIII, you may face an enhanced expedited removal process, meaning that upon being encountered, you will be promptly placed into immigration proceedings and may be removed. Instead, anyone considering migrating to the United States is highly encouraged to apply for admission. Don't risk your life or the lives of your loved ones by crossing illegally through Arizona's desert during the summer months. Remember, there are consequences for illegal entry under Title VIII. These consequences are strictly enforced. Use the CBP-1 mobile application. Don't cross the border illegally.
Well, Nigerians in the diaspora have reacted to President Donald Trump's executive order suspending funding for HIV treatment programs in Nigeria and other developing nations. Let me read Dr. Chinonso's tweet. His tweet reads in part. He talked about the fact that, it's quite expensive. He wrote that if they cut it, the infections will rise, people will die from AIDS, drugs are not available, our already burdened healthcare system will be burdened further. These are just snippets of, the ripple effect. And let's not forget that diseases like tuberculosis and malaria are being affected also by pausing of the funding. Well, this is a really, really hard story. In the meantime, the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency has identified nearly 2 million illegal immigrants for deportation from the country, with 3,690 Nigerians on the list. Mexico had the highest number of persons penciled for deportation, with 252,000 Mexicans, while an emotional Selena Gomez broke down in tears in a viral video sympathizing with her fellow citizens.
I just want to say that I'm so sorry. So many people are getting attacked. Children. I don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do.
I mean, this is really...
With due respect, so sorry, Selena.
Sorry for Selena.
But the people that voted Trump, I don't know when they voted. Now never start.
Yeah.
He don't pass. Please, they should just beg Air Peace to get plane available. Else Trump will carry those Nigerians in military prayer and cuff them. You'll be like shake. I'll bring them.
3,600 690 Nigerians. Those families and people out there, I hope that they find some sort of succor. Selena Gomez is crying.
One of the most affected nations in Africa is Nigeria, which ranks the second in the number of citizens set for deportation. A total of 3,690 Nigerians are now on ICE's non-detained dockets, meaning they have final removal orders but are not currently held in the U.S. custody. Deportation flights have already begun, with some migrants being transported on U.S. military aircrafts. While the U.S. government insists that these actions are necessary to uphold immigration laws, critics argue that the policy lacks fairness and human consideration. Nigeria is not alone in this. Somalia tops the list in Africa with 4,090 deportees, while Ghana follows Nigeria in third place. However, on a global scale, the numbers are far higher. Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador each have over 200,000 nationals listed for deportation. The Nigerian government now faces the challenge of reintegrating thousands of returnees into an already struggling economy. For Nigeria, this mass deportation could further strain an economy grappling with high unemployment and inflation. A sudden influx of job seekers could intensify competition for limited resources, leading to social tension and economic instability. Communities receiving deportees may also struggle with reintegration challenges, especially if returnees lack financial support or viable job opportunities. On an individual level, deported Nigerians may face psychological distress, social stigma, and difficulties rebuilding their lives. Many have spent years in the US establishing careers and families only to be abruptly uprooted. Without proper reintegration support, some may resort to illegal remigration or criminal activities as a means of survival. As deportation flight continues, both the US and Nigerian government must address the challenges posed by this crisis. While immigration laws must be upheld, a balanced approach that considers human dignity and sustainable reintegration is crucial for long-term stability.
All right, so what do you think? Remember my question? Do you think that Trump is doing a good job by deporting people to their homes or to their countries? Drop your comment on the comment section, all right? And do not forget to subscribe. Thank you and God bless you.